Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Lift and Shine podcast. This is your host, Coach C. And before I begin, I just want to say thank you to all of you. I've had almost 500 downloads this past week. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I've been doing this for the podcast for over 3 years, I think now. And it's finally catching on. And this is the momentum. When you're building something, when you're on a weight loss journey, fitness journey, whatever you set your mind to, you have to continue, right? It's the consistency. And we're going to talk about this today. Starting new. I wrote that in the title here because it's not fun to start new, right? It's uncomfortable. It's what the fears all come up. Like, what if I make a fool of myself? What if it doesn't work out, right? All of these fears and the self-limiting beliefs that come up. So we're going to dive into that today because this morning I went out of my comfort zone. It's my rest day usually on Mondays, and I'll just go on the treadmill, just move my body a little bit, or do some yoga / stretches. I don't really do full out yogas. I just stretching. But today I did a class that helped me get out of my comfort zone. I felt really good afterwards. It was me staying upset, angry over a message that I received on Monday morning, or getting out and releasing that anger and sadness into something more productive, right? So let's get real for a second regarding your fitness, regarding your weight loss, where you're at. You're not confused, right? Because I hear a lot, I don't know what to do. I'm doing everything right. But you're just not trying to figure it out. You're not wanting to change. You already know what's not working, right? You know your body, you know what's worked in the past, and you know what doesn't work. But you've been starting and stopping, right? Waiting to feel motivated. You've been doing what's easy instead of what's required. You've been doing things from your 20s that it worked then, so it may work now. So you're continuing to do it, but months go by, you're doing the same thing over and over again, and nothing changes. And maybe you're telling yourself this time will be different without changing anything. But that's the cycle that you're in, and that's why you're not getting results. It's because you're not changing anything. You're not putting yourself out there. You're not putting yourself out of your comfort zone. Familiar patterns feel productive. So you're like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm inconsistent, right? But they're actually keeping you stuck. So let's go back to what I was just saying here is that familiar patterns feel productive, right? The consistency, the movement, but that's what's actually keeping you stuck. Because doing something feels better than admitting that, hey, this isn't working. Sometimes it's you have to just be honest with yourself. And I hear women tell me, oh, it worked in my 20s. I lost 20 pounds in my 20s. But it doesn't work now. So why stay and keep doing something over and over again, eating 1,200 calories a day when it's not actually working? So you stay busy instead of being effective. And that's the important part, is being effective. So let's dive into the root of why you keep repeating the same pattern. Because your brain is wired for comfort and not growth. Our brain wants us to be comfortable. Oh, this is comfortable, so I'm going to go there, right? I'm going to sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix. That's comfortable. That's where I'm comfortable. I'll eat the same thing because I'm comfortable. Oh, I've been salad, chicken and lettuce all the time, and that's where I'm comfortable. I used to be that person, that chicken and lettuce, and nothing worked. I don't eat salads anymore. Once in a while, I'll make something salad, but it's got high calorie density foods that fuel my body, right? So as I just mentioned, your brain is wired for comfort, not growth. So it will always pull you back to what you're comfortable with. Skipping workouts, emotional eating, procrastinating. And say me in the comments if you're live right now. Like, let me know. Or if you're watching on replay or you're listening to my podcast, like, let me know. Choosing convenience. Because I've been there. I understand you. I see you. Because familiar is safe, right? It's safety. Even if it keeps us unhappy. So you're unhappy with your weight. You're doing things every single day, but I'm doing the things, but you're not changing things and you're not getting results. So because you're not getting results, for some reason, it's like we get stuck into this momentum of doing and doing and doing, that we get stuck into a routine, just like I talk about being burnt out. You're burnt out and you don't even realize it because that's your norm. Your norm is to feel anxious, to feel stressed out. So what you're actually avoiding here is an identity shift. You're avoiding who you want to become, who you are going to become when you believe it, right? Real change isn't just, I'm going to work out more. It's truly knowing that you're becoming someone who doesn't negotiate with herself. It's becoming that future self. Stepping into your future self, into your next best version, into your identity is what's going to get you there. And why many people don't do it? It's because it's uncomfortable. That's uncomfortable. Because now you can't make excuses. You have to follow through. And you have to let go of your old habits. Change. Change is difficult. And a part of you is still attached to who you've been. There are times, like me this morning, where my old self came out. And I got angry, I got sad. Yes, my period's about to come. That may be a little bit of a, but my old self came out a little bit, but I was aware of it. And I could have binge ate, emotionally ate, but what I did, I grabbed my keys, I hopped on my scooter, and I went to this class that I've been wanting to go to. And I went there, and I'm so freaking glad I did. I feel good. It was uncomfortable. It was doing things with my body that I'm not used to. But if I want to take my body to the next level, because when you're into fitness, it's not just weight loss. I don't step on the scale anymore. I want to be strong. I want to build muscles and have strength for when I'm 60 years old, right? So change is always going to be difficult, but you also have a choice. Are you ready to step into your new identity? Or do you want to just stay stuck where you're at and that feeling of I'll never get there, I'm never good enough, all those self-limiting beliefs creeping in because you're not changing? So the first thing I talked about is why you keep repeating the same pattern, right? Your brain is wired for comfort, not growth. Next thing I just talked about is you're avoiding the identity shift. You gotta shift into your new identity before it happens. And now I want to talk about your addiction to starting over. You're addicted to starting over. Starting over feels exciting, right? It gives you a hit of motivation. Yes, Monday. Today's Monday. I got this. But you're not struggling with starting. You're struggling with continuing when it gets hard. Or you're also struggling when you know you need to change something in order to get results, but you don't want to change. You're being stubborn. And you're like, no, it worked in the past. I'm just going to continue what I'm doing. My HIIT workouts, my full body workouts. My clients know there's no full body workouts in my program. There's no HIIT workouts really. A little bit of treadmill, cycling, moving the body, yes. But if you really want weight loss, you have to have a plan, a workout plan that's catered to you. But also this is a whole other topic, but doing full body workouts is exhausting and you're not actually pushing that muscle that you want to work on to the next level. Okay? So let's talk about that middle phase of, okay, Monday comes around, you're doing this, you're in momentum, you're having your chicken salad for lunch, you're going to HIIT classes, you're like, yeah, I did like my 20,000 steps today. Like, that's a lot of steps. But that middle phase, when it's boring, it gets boring and you're like, ugh. When results are slow, when life gets chaotic, what happens? That's where most people quit. And then what happens is they go back to all the way to square one. It's like this vicious cycle. So what is it that you need to do in order to change that? Number one, you need to stop negotiating with yourself. Every time you say, I'll do it later, I'm too tired, I'll start Monday, you're just reinforcing the version of you that doesn't follow through. And that's why you can't stay in the momentum. That's why you can't lose the weight. You have to reinforce the version of you that does follow through. You have to have new standards for yourself. You have to start believing in yourself. You have to have these core values that I am worthy of this time for myself. I am worthy of a personal trainer. I am worthy of investing in classes. I invest so much in my health, in my business. Yes, that's my baby. And in my fitness, in my nutrition, in classes. Those are investments that will last me a lifetime. I won't invest in the newest car, in the newest purse, and I don't even have a purse. Fact. All right? You have to understand your worth when it comes to your health. And then you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I put the AC on in here. It is hot. Listen, it's raining season here in Mexico, and I'm like dying here. I don't know why it's not working. Please stay on. Let me up. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Next up, okay, so get comfortable with being uncomfortable. If you're always working out at home and you're not seeing results, go to a gym. Hire a coach, right? Next up is focus on consistency and not intensity. A lot of you go to these HIIT classes, sprint classes. I just burnt 500 calories in an hour. Oh, gosh. Ugh. I'm like cringing because I was you. I used to do spin class, weightlifting class. I was like, go, go, go. Salad and chicken for dinner. I wasn't fueling my body with enough foods. Now being 38, I eat more than I ever have. And I feel good. I'm strong. That's your goal. It's your lifespan. Your body, your health is your lifespan. Like, are you ready to commit to change? Are you ready to feel uncomfortable for a while? I don't like to meal prep. Okay, cool. I don't like to feel shitty. I don't like to not have food in my fridge. Oh, I don't like to eat breakfast. Okay, cool. I don't like to not have energy throughout the day, but breakfast is needed if you need energy. I get really passionate about this because it's so important to understand the value of your health, the value of fitness. So get comfortable being uncomfortable. You're going to feel resistance. You're going to feel self-doubt, frustration, right? Fear of failure, fear of what if it doesn't work out again. This is a lot. I've invested so much in my program. Fear. Like me today, I went to this class. I had to pay for it. Yes, like I'm like, what if I don't like it? You know what? It is what it is. What if I make a fool of myself? And I had so much fun. I met amazing human beings. So get out of your comfort zone. Discomfort isn't the problem. Avoiding it is. So stop avoiding being uncomfortable. Stop doing the same thing over and over again, thinking that you're going to lose weight. I'm going to start on Monday. When in reality, you just need to change. You need to change your habits. You need to change the way you think about yourself or talk about yourself. You need to change how you project yourself, how you show up for yourself. You need to change scrolling on social media every single night. I get people telling me all the time I don't have time. Here, oh, this is a truth bomb right here. Are you ready for this? I see you. I see you watching my stories the minute I post it. So you do have time. What do you make the time for? That's a whole other story. Everybody has time. You make the time for what you truly care about. If your health is so important to you, to your kids, to your husband, you would make time for it. You would do things that's uncomfortable so you can get results. Now I want to talk about raising your standards and not your expectations. Because what happens with expectations, you'll want fast results. So we expect to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, whatever you want. I've seen people asking, okay, how do I lose like 20 pounds in a month? And I'm like, cringe. You can't. It's impossible. All right? Stop expecting fast results without matching it with higher standards. right? You expect to lose this weight, but you're still doing the same thing as you did 20 years ago. That's not working for you now that you've been doing the past 6 months. Your results will only rise to the level of your daily habits. What are your daily habits? What's your morning routine? What's your night routine? Do you show up for yourself or do you make excuses every single day? 8 o'clock, I'm in bed. I'm in bed at 8. I'm up at 5:30, thanks to the kids that I have. They wake me up anyway, so I'm like, okay, I might as well go to bed early, but I get a good night's sleep. And then I have all this time in the morning to work on me. I journal, I feed them, I walk them, I go to the gym, and I still have time to have breakfast. And my breakfast is, I usually make a protein shake or eggs. That takes me less than 10 minutes. You make the time for what you want. What do you want? Do you want to shift your identity and become the best version of yourself? Or do you want to stay stuck in your old ways, in your old habits, in your old patterns, and feel the way you feel right now? And I've been there. I've been there where I did everything right. Herbalife diets, right? Like the starvation. I understand you. But the reason you're stuck right now is because you think you're doing everything right when you're actually not. I hear it all the time. Oh, I have protein. My protein is a spoon of peanut butter. That's not protein. Yes, it has a source of protein in it, but it's higher in fat content. Oh, I have like chicken. I have a lot of chicken thighs and steak. It's like, great, higher in fat content, less protein. Those are the things that you need to learn. And if I were to go back years ago, I wish I took nutrition classes. I wish I had hired a coach in my 20s and told me exactly what my body needed, what I needed to do, habits that will get me to the next level. But in my 20s, I had to learn the hard way like everybody else. So listen, it's not too late now to change. One of beautiful friends here she changed her life in her 70s. And now she's, inspiring others online. It's absolutely beautiful. It's never too late. But you're waiting and waiting and waiting. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You're going to keep doing the same things over and over again. In 6 months, you're going to reach out and say, oh, now I'm over 20 pounds. Or now I'm still stuck where I am 6 months ago. When in 6 months, you could literally change not just your weight, but your mindset, your life. You are worthy of this. So let me just end this off. I'm going to give you some hard truth that may hurt a little bit, and I apologize. No, you know what? Sometimes the truth hurts. And then I'll give you some journal reflection that I truly feel that's helped me, and I want it to help you. You can keep doing what you've always done. You can keep going every day, doing what you're doing, and you'll keep getting what you've always gotten, right? Or you can decide, this version of me is no longer an option. I no longer desire to feel tired. I no longer desire to make excuses. I no longer desire to be that person. I no longer desire to look at myself in the mirror and hate the woman that I am. I no longer desire to be her. But that decision, it comes with responsibility. It comes with action. It comes with movement. It comes with believing in yourself as well. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? I can give you everything. I can give you a plan. I can give you my motivation, my accountability. I can give you a community. But if you don't believe that you can, if you don't believe that you're worthy of it, then that may be the first thing you'd want to work on. Because now you show up when it's hard. When you truly decide, this is it. This is not who I want to be. You're going to be that person and that woman that shows up when it's hard, whether you want it or not. You're going to follow through when no one's watching. You're going to stop letting your feelings control your actions. That was a big one for me this morning. As I was driving to the class, I was like, I am in control of my emotions. I am in control of my emotions. No one else around me is in control of my emotions. It's you. It's you versus you. No matter what gets thrown into your life. And I hear it all the time. I'm stressed out. I'm this, so I'm eating. But that's you. You're doing it to yourself. No one else is. You can't blame your kids. You can't blame your husband. I could blame my 3 dogs here, 3 puppies. I could blame them for the amount of stress that I've had, and I could have gained weight in this past month and a half. But no, I took control of the situation. I took control of my emotions, and I've been working on myself during chaos around me. That's when it's important, is to work on yourself when there's chaos around you, not when everything's beautiful and peaceful and what's that, honky-dory? That's what you guys say in English, right? It's important that you keep focusing on your goal, hyper-visioning on your goal, but also stepping into that new identity before you get there. Before you get there. I started saying I'm Coach C when I wasn't even a coach. Fact. I started saying I'm coaching when I was still a teacher, when I was doing my credentials, when I was learning about fitness. I got my first client who lost, by the way, Colleen Bailey was my first client. She was a teacher friend of mine. She's like, I want to invest in your business. I believe in you. And I coached her, and she lost 30 pounds in 6 months. She maintained it off. She came to one of my retreats. I started coaching her before I became a trainer. I stepped into my future version of myself, into my new identity before I was there. And every single day, every season, you're gonna have a new identity. You're gonna have new goals. You're gonna want to get to the next level. And I wanna get to the next level in my fitness, so I started attending these classes and learning more. I want to be the best retreat host ever. So I actually started learning things, breath work, how to host them. Like, I've already done a few of them, but I want to be so good at it. So when my clients come, they get a wow factor like they already have. But I am continuing to grow, to learn, and to invest in myself because I want to get to the next level, and nothing else matters in my life. No material shit matters but my health. My mom just called me right before this last. She needs to get knee replacement, knee surgery. And I have to be there for her for like 4 weeks, I think it is. But she is not into this. She's not into fitness. She's not into healthy eating. And it drives me nuts. Because if she was, she'd probably recover faster. Let me just take a deep breath here. So I'm sharing this story because if you have kids and daughters and sons at home, do it for them. We don't want to have to take care of you when you're older and you absolutely cannot walk because of your health. We want to take care of you because you're getting older and you need us, not because you're out of shape, not because you're unhealthy. Think about that. Think about that. She's always said to me, oh, wait till you're 60. Mom, I love you, but when I'm 60, I am going to be in the best freaking shape of my life. I'm going to be doing freaking flips and handstands, and I can already do that. All right? You are in control of your emotions. You are in control of your actions. You are in control of your health. No one else around you. So stop blaming this person, and that person, and my genes. It is not true. My dad was overweight. I'm really passionate about this. I feel like I needed to come on and share this because it makes me sad to hear and see so many of you that have the potential, but that use excuses, or you're just stuck in the same routine over and over and over again. Change. Do something out of your comfort zone. Invest in yourself. Go to the gym. Stop working at home for a little bit. Go to the gym. Use the machines. Change things up. You will see how much you're going to change by changing. Does that make sense? Okay, journal reflection questions I want you to ask yourself, and you should all have a journal. All right? Where in my life am I choosing comfort over growth? Where in my life am I choosing comfort over growth? I'll answer that one for you guys. I've been going to the gym in the morning for the past 2 to 3 years, and it was comfort. Me, myself, and I. And today I said, you know what? No, I'm going to go into a group class with other people and try something new, challenging. And I'm so glad I did. But I've been thinking about doing it, but for me, it's uncomfortable. I like my routine. I like my pattern. I like my alone time, which is all day long. Okay? Except when I'm actually coaching. So understand that by me choosing growth today, I actually was like, wow, I feel so good. I feel inspired, and I met some amazing human beings. Okay, next question. What excuses am I repeating daily? Let's burn that shit away. Burn your excuses. I'm gonna have a flag. Burn your excuses. Your excuses are what's holding you back. Number 3, what would change if I actually followed through for 30 days straight? What would change? And last question. Who do I need to become to get the results I say I want? Who is your future self? I see my future self. I see my future. When I'm meditating, I see her. I see her with 3 dogs. Like I see her, and it's so powerful. And it makes me do the things that I need to do every single day to get results, to become the best version of myself. Ladies, you don't need more time. You don't need to continue low-calorie diets. You don't need to save all these Instagram reels of high-protein meals. Because let's be real, who actually does them? You just need to stop abandoning yourself. Especially the moment things get uncomfortable. Because the life you want is on the other side of things you keep avoiding. So what are you avoiding? What are you avoiding today? You ready for it? Okay, ladies, I hope this inspires you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. And again, 500 downloads of the podcast. Boop, boop. Let's go. Make sure you like, share it with a friend. I'm so grateful, so honored. Let's go. Let's go. Let's make it 1,000 next week. I appreciate you. And as I always say, peace, love, and don't forget your protein. Let's freaking go. Bye, everybody.